everyone, it's Kristen. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to make your own polymer clay earrings, so let's dive right in. You've probably seen or heard of polymer clay earrings by now, and if you're wondering how to make them yourself, this is going to be a quick beginner's guide to making polymer clay earrings at home. The first thing that you're going to need is polymer clay. My personal favorite, and I would say probably most polymer clay artists' favorite, is Sculpey. Sculpey has been around for a long time. I would say they're probably the leading polymer clay brand, producer. Everyone that I know of loves Sculpey. Specifically, my favorite is Sculpey Primo Clay and Sculpey Souffle Clay. Those are the two that I found work best for polymer clay earrings. I'm so excited because today's video is actually sponsored by Sculpey. I've been using their clay for the last 3 years, and so it's so exciting that I get to partner with them to bring this video to you. I'm actually going to be sharing 3 brand new colors that they've just launched, and they are absolutely beautiful. That's one of the things that I love about Sculpey is that they're constantly coming out with new colors. A lot of clay creators mix their own colors, which is great and a wonderful way to do it. But if you're making a lot of earrings, or maybe you don't want to get into the color mixing thing, it's really amazing to have such a wide variety of colors to choose from. They have lighter, more pastel colors, super rich colors. They have ones with shimmers, just a little bit of everything, which is just fantastic. It just makes the whole process so much more simple. So thank you so much, Sculpey, for sponsoring this video. I'm going to talk more about the specific colors that they just launched in just a minute. So besides clay, you're going to need some sort of work surface. So a lot of people like to use a ceramic tile. So you can actually just pick one up at your local home improvement store. It's usually just a couple bucks. You could do a smaller one like this or a larger one. It just depends on, how many earrings you're gonna make and that kind of thing. If you don't have something like this, a nice flat table, countertop, something like that works great. You'll need to condition your clay, which basically just means when it comes out of the package, it needs to be all mixed, and basically it's gonna be a little hard when it comes out of the package, so we're needing to mix it and kind of knead it and get it nice and soft. So you can do that by using an acrylic roller like this, or you can use a pasta machine, which is a lot easier on your hands. Again, this is much easier and expensive to get your hands on. You can find a pasta machine probably about $30, $35 on Amazon, and I'll have my favorite ones linked below. Everything that I'm talking about today, I'll have linked in the description box below as well. Another thing that's not absolutely necessary but super helpful is a tissue blade. So this is a very thin blade and it has a sharp side to it, and this is helpful for cutting once you've made your pieces on your ceramic tile or your counter or wherever you're doing it. There'll be kind of adhered to it, and it will be, sometimes it can be difficult to peel them off of that without wrecking your shape. So you can use this to kind of scrape and lift it off. Again, not completely necessary, but really helpful. I also have my favorite little kit of circle cutters here that I link in all my videos. It's from Amazon. I have a variety of cutters here to choose from. Something else that's helpful is a little bit of sandpaper, a more fine grit, and then a rougher grit, or coarse, I guess it would be called. And then you'll need some different findings to basically turn them into earrings and attach them onto your finished pieces. You'll also need to bake this clay in the oven, and a oven thermometer is super helpful for that, to make sure that your oven's at the correct temperature. So having one of those is also really important. And you can actually bake your polymer clay earrings right on your ceramic tile, or if you don't have one of these, you can bake them on a parchment paper on a cookie sheet, or you could bake it on a piece of cardstock in your oven. All right, so now that you know what you need for your polymer clay earrings, let's get started on actually making the earrings. Here are the 3 brand new Sculpey Primo colors. These beautiful new colors are Terra Cotta, light pink and lavender. They pair perfectly with the current Sculpey Primo colors. They are super easy to use. They bake up very strong and are flexible, which is perfect for making polymer clay earrings. And you can bake this clay right in your oven at home. So the very first step is going to be to condition our clay. So I'm going to be using the pasta machine for that today, but you can use the acrylic roller. Basically, we're just wanting to get this nice and flat and kind of all smushed together into nice one big like cohesive piece. So here are the 3 new beautiful colors. I have them all conditioned and laid out here for you to be able to see. So here's the light pink. Here is the Terra Cotta color, and here is the lavender color. So let's go ahead and get started. We have our clay all conditioned, so it's nice and shiny and soft and pliable, which is exactly the way that you want it when you start making your polymer clay earrings. Like I mentioned, I like to work on a ceramic tile, so we're just gonna lay our conditioned clay down, just like this, nice and flat. Now we are going to choose some cutters. I think I'm gonna go with this combination for like a nice long like earring. I think that'd be pretty. All right, so we have our clay cutters here and we are going to just press down into our clay. So I'm gonna make 1 pair of earrings here. So we need 2 of those, and then we need 2 of the little top piece. So 1 and 2, just like that. Then we can pull away the excess clay. The next thing that we need to do is put our holes in our earrings for the jump rings. So you can bake your earrings and then use a little Dremel tool to cut holes where you want them for your jump rings. So you would bake them first and then cut the holes. But another option, especially if you're just starting out and you don't want to invest in a Dremel tool, would be to use a small circle cutter to cut the jump ring holes. So I mentioned this kit earlier. It's my favorite kit. I've been using it for 3 years. Super cheap on Amazon. And I like to use the silver end of the brown cutter. And that's the one that I use to put my jump ring holes in. So we're just gonna go right onto the clay in the spot where you think you would like for your jump ring to go. Not too close to the edge, but close enough. There we go. Easy as that. And I am going to use the tissue blade to get these off and set them aside while we work on our other earrings. Next, I have this beautiful lavender color. I feel like the perfect cutter for this color is going to be this flower. I'm gonna have this be like the entire earring, and I'm gonna use a little loop, like a hoop earring piece to finish it off. So we've laid our clay down. It's nice and soft and conditioned. Press 1 in. How cute that is. And then the other, just like that. I'm gonna take the excess away. Look how cute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the jump ring hole here. So I'm gonna have it be on like the end of one of these petals. Like that. And this particular cutter does not have the center left in it, so there's gonna be a hole in the middle, which I think is gonna be really cute. So one thing you could do with a cutter like this, instead of just making the hole there, is you could have that be the top piece and attach them with the jump ring like that. That'd be one option. Okay. And lastly is this beautiful Terra Cotta color. I've literally spent years trying to perfect this perfect color here, like by mixing it myself. So I was so thrilled when they told me they were releasing this color. I'm just so excited about it. One of the very first polymer clay videos I did on this channel, I used a Terra Cotta color similar, but it's not quite the same. This one is so stunning. I'm gonna use this rainbow cutter. I love this just kind of classic polymer clay rainbow earring. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. This kind of like boho look I'm a huge fan of. And any imperfect cuts like that, we are gonna be able to correct after we bake, or you can fix it like right now with a little tool. My cutter had a little mess up right here, so I'm just using my X-Acto knife to kind of scrape that excess away. I could bake it like that just fine and then sand it out, but sometimes it's easier just to kind of correct more major errors like that before we bake them. And I actually forgot to cut the tops for these, so I'm gonna put that back down. Let's do a circle top for these. Like that. And our jump ring holes. All right, I'm going to get these in the oven. My oven is preheated to 275 degrees. I'm gonna bake these for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I'll come back here to show you the finished result. The earrings are all done baking, and now it is time to assemble them. And also at this point, if you need to or want to, you can use your sandpaper to sand down any of the edges that are a little bit rough. You can use a Dremel tool for this, or just sandpaper. You can go through and just knock off any of those pieces that didn't cut just right like you'd like them to. For the little daisy earring, I'm going to be using this loop finding. It's one of my favorites. Just goes on just like this. Isn't that pretty? It's one of my favorite ones. So I'll show you how to put the jump rings on real quick. So they typically come closed, so you'll need 2 pliers. Let me see if I can get this to focus. And you're gonna open them by twisting like one side away from you and one side towards you, like that. And then putting one side on and then the other, just like that. And then we're gonna rotate it back together so the jump ring is closed. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, of course, for all of my other pieces. As far as attaching the back onto these earrings, I just filmed a tutorial on how to do that, so I will insert that here. So if you want to attach your earring backs and make sure that they are not going to fall off, then this is the way that you want to do it. So you're going to use your glue first, and then we're going to use the oven bake Sculpey, like Bake & Bond, clay adhesive, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna use that to kind of be double protection to keep these backs from falling off. So the first step is, this is my earring piece that I'm going to be attaching the back to. So we're gonna take our little back here and we're just gonna do a dot of glue. And this is gonna be kind of our first layer of protection against it falling off. So we have our glue on the earring back here, and we are going to place it where we want it on the earring. This was a mess up, you can tell that jump ring hole is not in the right spot, but it's a good one to show you what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna hold that there for, I don't know, like 10 seconds and let the glue kind of take hold and dry a little bit. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. So once we've given the glue a chance to set, usually it doesn't take very long, we're going to add our Bake & Bond or the Sculpey clay adhesive, whatever you wanna call it. I like to use a silicone brush for this part. So I have this all ready to go. I'm going to squirt the Bake & Bond, just like that. I'm gonna use my silicone brush to smooth it out on the back of the earring. If you get too much, you can take some off. Make sure you don't fill your hole if you've already put the jump ring hole in. It will dry mostly clear, but we just want to make it all look nice and smooth, as of course, especially around the part where the earring back is. Even down on the sides of the jump rings. You can totally do this before you put the holes. Like I said, this was just a mess up, so. All right. I should have said in the beginning too, this piece has already been baked. So you wanna bake it the first time, go ahead and do that. And then we do the glue and then the bake and bond. Then we're gonna put it back in our oven, 275, about 30 minutes. And we're gonna bake it again, and that's going to give you the best hold for the backs of your earrings. So I'm gonna go bake it, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So this one just came out of the oven, and as you can see, the bake and bond dries clear, and it gives just a nice uniform look on the back of the earring while also securing it very, very well. All right, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed seeing the brand new Sculpey colors and just learning step by step how to make your own polymer clay earrings at home. Thanks so much for watching this video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.